I should have looked up what stage. I did not. Just go
I
to the
did
fair
not
and go
either.
see Jury. Before that was She Knows Me from Polisa.
Right. We're going to remind folks you're listening to Mostly Minnesota Music on WMCN 91.7 FM on the humid campus of McAllister. And we are delighted to have Laura Hugo in studio. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are. I want to just dive right into your album so much. But I'll for folks who, we've had you on a couple of times and we know each other and we've seen you play loads of times, happily. So many of us are cheering the album. But for folks who don't, just tell us a little bit about who you are and how you got to the Twin Cities. And I know that can be a long story or short story. And you choose the detour.
I'm a long story long kind of girl. Just kidding, but I am. But for now, since we're on the radio, I was 19. I'm originally from Arizona. My family's from a place called Islas, Arizona, which is right in the Four Corners area where the Four Corners Monument is, and about 5 miles from that monument on the Arizona side is where I'm from. And I moved around a little bit as a kid, but always ended up back home for the summers. So I moved here in 2010 when I was 19. So now everyone knows how old I am.
And everyone who can do math.
I was going to say, I'm sitting here trying to think, I still can't hear
Maybe on a cooler day.
I'm in my 30s. But no, I moved here because I just wasn't doing so hot where I was. I was on food stamps. I was living in this tiny apartment in like a really interesting neighborhood and was just doing my best. And music had always been what I wanted to do, but it just felt impossible. Like, how was this going to happen? Everything, I've stuck, life was hard. And so I moved here. My dad's side of the family is from up here, and my Aunt Laura, who I'm named after, is the one who was like, why don't you try coming up for the summer? And then I've been here for 16 years. And I had no plan. I was just like, I would like a life, and I would like to pursue the thing that I love in any way that I can. And I've been wrapped in so many loving, uplifting arms since I've been here. And I moved to the cities probably in 2011 or 2012. But yeah, the whole time it's just been, I've fell into the right place. Like the perfect music scene, the dream music scene I dreamed of when I was little. And I've been here ever since, and I've been playing open mics, and from there meeting people and doing a bunch of cool stuff. And now I'm finally putting out my EP because I, had an opportunity to, and life has been and has prevented me from, I've tried a couple times, but now it's real, and now we're here.
I excited? Are you relieved? Are you nervous? Are all the things? Yeah.
I mean, mostly I'm excited because this is what I wanted. I have never put out a body of songs before. I put out singles, and one was out for 8 years, and people still paid attention and came to shows and stuff. So I'm very grateful for that. But I'm excited. It's such an interesting, nothing ever happens in the way that you think it will, and that doesn't mean that's like a bad thing. Things have happened in such a magical way with this EP, like everything lined up after another really hard time and tragic loss, and now I finally get to put these 5 songs out that I've been playing and I chose these ones because they're like these. If I have to put 5 songs out into the universe, these are the ones, and they all have a central theme of grief, and Where We Go to Grief felt appropriate for the title track, and it all just kind of fell into place.
That's amazing. Well, tell us about some of the folks who are playing with you, because I think that's part of it all falling apart. Follow together. Sorry.
Yeah. No, as a person who's been here for so long, for me, 16 years, that's a long time. And the people I've been able to meet, and the shows I've been able to see, and doors that have been opened, and all that stuff. You meet like the most amazing people on the planet, and everybody who is playing on this EP is amazing, and they put a lot of like love and intention, and like know the stories behind the songs, and we're very respectful of like bringing all of that to life. And I think that the thing that really kickstarted this whole thing was I was living near Kai Brewster, and we were neighbors for a while, and I had just gotten out of a situation where I had lost my best friend to cancer again, and not to diminish the losses, but it's just, in that moment, it's like, are you really? Is this really happening? I don't know I'm supposed to do this. But yeah, that had happened, and I was living with my friends until I could get back on my own feet and get my own place and all of that stuff. And I had been laid off from my job, and it was just a lot. And Kai was like, come record some demos, because he's got his home studio, Please Clap. And so just hanging out, and we've been friends for a while, and he's played music with me, and that was a couple years ago at this point, but he's been playing with me consistently, and like finally sat down and really kind of like built these songs the way they are on the EP live over the last couple of years with most of the people who are on it. So Kai was instrumental in restoring my my faith in myself, I think, mostly, and because I was really lost and was like, is this how it is forever? And very woe is me. And and my best friend Justin, he has been pushing me the whole time, so a lot of outside encouragement and validation, because sometimes you're so in your head and so lost in your trauma and all the things that nothing, like, the world feels that big, So yeah, and then it just turned into playing consistently with most of the people. Brett started playing drums with us, Brett Bornred, a couple of years ago, I'd say. And I'm really happy that he's sticking around, because he's amazing. And Taylor James Donsky, we all know and love.
Yes.
We've played together in many capacities over the years, and it was just special that he was down to play bass on this EP. Seth Doohan, again, I've known for a while. Seth and Kai and the whole crew, Stormtroopers crew, getting me on board for like the Shania and Dolly shows over the years.
Always a highlight when you take the stage. Always.
Still like, thank you for having me. Please tell me if I do anything wrong. I want to come back. But no, that really helped me in a lot of ways. Like, I don't sing without an instrument, like, with my confidence and all these things, and just challenging myself to do things musically that I'm not necessarily like, I'm not going to hop on stage and dance for everybody, because I'm
not yet.
No, I mean, no one's going to do that. That's okay. And so, yeah, just surrounding myself and being inspired by all these people. And Frank, Michaela is one of my dearest friends, his wife, and her brother Tucker was my best friend. And so I've known her. She's my sister, she's my blood at this point. And I was living with her and Frank at the time for a little bit, and it just all the stars aligned. I met Matt Patrick for the first time at a gig I was playing at Hook and Ladder, and his approach was so genuine, and like, you can tell when not that, it's hard for me to accept a compliment, period, but we're working on that, because like my aunt says, no one owes you anything. If people are coming up to you to express how they connected to your music, or like how whatever, like, they don't owe you anything, and they didn't have to do that, and you should probably like believe them and credit them for so it's hard. But he came up and he was just so genuine about my set and my songwriting, and he's like not
and for folks who don't know who Matt Patrick is,
yes,
tell us a little.
He has the Library recording studio in Northeast, and that's where we recorded, and knows everybody, and he plays in a bunch of bands, and he's a really cool guy. And I had seen him around. You know how you see people and you're like, oh, one day I'll introduce myself. I teach care. But, he came up to me and we chatted, and he was just like immediately really easy to have a conversation with him, and like accept that he was saying such nice things about my music, and because I knew he meant it. And so, then Kai and him ran into each other in some capacity, and then we had a show where I had double booked like Kai and Seth for guitar at the White Squirrel. And so we were like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed. And they're like, no, this is awesome. Like, now we can have like a mega band in the freaking White Squirrel. So from there, all like 3 guitars, like, I would have never been like, I'm going to have 3 guitars. And I'm like, come on, this is amazing. And it was just so much fun. And so we just kept it up whenever we could. And yeah, that's what's on everyone who's on the EP. And yeah, it was it was an incredible experience. We recorded over 2 days, and then I did some vocal sessions afterward, and Kai produced and mixed, and it's just a huge part of all of this, and has he just did a real good job, and he's a real great guy, and I just want to credit him
Absolutely.
for all the things.
He's very generous. He's very, yeah.
And everybody in that crew are just, I just love them, and they're just wonderful. And,
Well, and even to talk a little bit about the Shania and the Dolly shows, and, you know, we all know it there. You play them, and a lot of times those are fundraisers for the Women's March, so I'm always there. But just the generosity of of Kai and Seth to do much of the planning, most of the planning. I think one year I helped a little bit, but for that, and they're very much, you know, they're the house band for the night, you know, and then they bring in a bunch of different people to play different songs for a fundraiser, and I think just because that's a lot of work.
It is, and that whole crew, they divvy up the work, and no, it's really, like, when I was invited to do the Shania night for the first time, I was like, are you sure? But truly, it's one of my favorite things ever, and every time I get to come back and do it, I'm like, thank you for having me back. But
I baked you some cookies.
Yeah, like, what can I do? If I could produce a bouquet of flowers for every person who made me feel a certain kind of way, to, like, show them how they made me feel. But no, it's been incredible, and the vocalists that are on the bills, insane. Fangirl over all of them, and the fact that I get to, like, be on a bill with them. And I know I say it all the time, but truly it's like I'm over here just giddy, and I'm just having a great time. So it's like camp, and so every year it's just like, oh my gosh. So this year I'm very excited, and I'll be on August 29th at Turf Club.
Well, thank you for
tickets
reminding me.
are on sale if you want to go buy this. But you should also get tickets to my EP release show next week, next week, July 30th.
Yes. And do you want to mention what you're doing this afternoon?
Yes, I'm playing at Irvine Park. We're kicking off at 6 p.m. Playing with Seth and Kai and our friend Tyler, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun set, and I'm gonna talk a whole bunch about please come to my EP release show. It's gonna be so fun.
Well, and tell us a little bit about the show, because you've got some stellar people playing with you. You've got Jillian and
Monica.
Yeah,
I'm over the moon. I had my single release show there. I would like to, all of my releases, which is like, this will be 3, have all been at Ice House, and I'm very excited about it. But when it came to thinking about kind of curating the night and thinking about how I have a lot of feely songs that I think I'm just going to start every show with, like, and this is a trigger warning for the whole show, I'm just kidding, but people know,
a little Kleenex on the table.
Like, people know that we're having an experience, you know, we're vibing, we're respecting each other, we're creating a space. And so I thought of, like, Monica, eldest daughter. I am obsessed with her songwriting and her voice, and every time I've seen her solo or with a band, I'm just, like, inspired. And we all love Jillian. We know Jillian.
Yes.
She's an icon, and we've also known each other for a while. And when I first moved here, when I was going to McNally Smith, I think the first time I ever heard about the library was Jillian's cover of When Doves Cry, that video.
Oh,
that they put
nice.
out
Yeah.
from the library.
Yeah.
And I was like, where is this place? And very full circle. And anyway, so to have her, you know, I saw that cover and I followed her before we even knew each other. Like, I was like, what a cool person. Like, I hope I can have a following like she does someday. And now she's playing strings on one of my tracks where we go to grieve. She's playing, she's doing a duo set, her and Eric. And she's also...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And she's debuting a new single that is coming out the next day. And so, yeah, it's going to be a really fun night. So I'm obsessed with both of them. Both of them have, when I met Monica for the first time, like, really met her, I had seen her song Again, her performing it at The Mess, which is the house venue, which is amazing, that I haven't been to yet. So I'm getting on board with that, but check it out. So I saw a video of that pop up on my feed, and I was like, who is this? Is this Minneapolis? Like, oh my God. And listened to that for maybe 5 times in a row, and then I went to their page, followed them, and then there was another video that I listened to like 5 times in a row. So I was immediately just like, wow, like this really impacts me in a way. And then when we were getting to know each other, like messaging, as I'm like, you're amazing. I guess I used to work at 5 Watt Coffee after my dad passed away. I had lost my job. And my friend Caleb was like, come work here, and hooked me up. And I worked there for a couple years. And I would help Tucker with the Radio 5 Watt, or, Tucker was doing Radio 5 Watt. I would help with like putting shows on.
Well, and I'll say,
like
for
that.
folks who don't know who Tucker
Jensen, yeah.
Yeah.
Icon. He was the lead singer of a band called Dirt Train. He was in a band called Brooder. He was in all kinds of bands. Iconic singer-songwriter, bass player. Check out his band Dirt Train, because the music is just, it's still my favorite band ever. So yeah, we, wait, where was I? Sorry, the ADHD.
Working at 5 Watt.
Oh, right, 5 Watt. Tucker was doing Radio 5 Watt, which was an online radio station full of all local music. And so I was curating some shows there, which I love doing. And I guess she saw like some of the posters and stuff. So she was existing in that era of my life, like in
awesome.
that around. So it's really cool to be like, oh my God, like, I exist. That's really awesome. So stoked to have her. Jillian, I've just been following for so long. And Eric mastered, her husband Eric Martin mastered the tracks on this EP. So it all just feels very like, I want to have a good time. I'm excited for everyone to listen to some amazing music, and then, it's just going to be a really fun night.
Well,
feeling night.
Speaking of listening to some amazing music, should we play a song?
Yes, please, and thank you.
Which one would you like to play?
Ooh, well, let's play Where We Go to Grieve, because Jillian is playing strings on that, and it's the title track of the EP.
All right, here we go. Where We Go to Grieve by Laura Hugo, who is in studio.
It's crazy.
You know the drill. On air, they can't hear us now, but they can hear, so.
Yeah.
F-bomb, fine.
No talking shit.
Just talking.
I'm going to curse while the song's playing.
Don't talk shit on Kai right now.
Yeah. Give us the real dish. Whatever hurts.
At least spill the tea.
Isn't Jillian such a bitch?
No.
I can't even say
Fuck
what
ice, you know what I say?
Oh, I love it. Oh man, I'm really glad this worked out. I have a hard time leaving my house on the weekends, and I was like, St. Paul, we're going to St. Paul on Sunday, we got this. Social anxiety, so.
Oh, I'm delighted, because it just came at a perfect.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Good.
Wonder if Taylor's gonna play with this uprightly.
I think you could choose, or at least influence.
I like how
Influence.
And this solo from Kai.
I think when you're all like family, it really brings out the best in each of you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's been the most like comfortable experience I've ever had, where I'm like, I can be vulnerable and I can be like, talk about what all these things are about, and then like feel comfy, like expressing myself and just doing things, and challenging myself too. So, I'm very grateful.
I have to laugh because I have to remember that show's on the 20th because they haven't contacted me, but I see Women's March on the, which is not the first time this has happened.
Oh my gosh.
That's fine. It's
You're
fine.
like, oh, good to know.
Good to know. Yeah, and I've just had like 2 weeks of madness, so I haven't. Normally, I'd be like, hey.
Yeah, life is.
Life, and like you
The
said.
thing that like they don't prepare you for, well, they don't prepare you for anything really, but the thing that you don't
quicksand.
yeah, the thing you don't expect. I was chatting with someone about this. The thing you don't expect the pain and horror to stem from is like scheduling and social anxiety, or
Right.
all of these other factors that aren't death, love, like the big theme things. You're like, oh, there are a bunch of
these
minor
are the ones that are gonna knock me
inconveniences.
on my butt.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna drive me
Okay.
crazy until I
Yeah.
break. No, I'm just kidding. But we're here, we're doing it. Yeah.
It's all that, and then it's the broken key in the car door that you're like, no, now I'm done. And that has not happened to me in a while. Like you're like just those little
You're
like,
just like, okay.
I live here now, not in my car because I can't get in.
Frank on this organ. The amount of, I don't know how many, but there were certainly parts in my vocals that Kai had to cut because he just kept going, God damn it, Frank. God damn it, Frank.
This is a logistics. Do you want to play one more song? 2 more songs?
Whatever.
It's up to you. I'm just like, it's 1:37 now, so that's how I'll just time it accordingly.
Sure.
So just let me know.
I'd be down to play 1 or 2 more. But
Okay.
Definitely 1 more.
Okay. So we'll just see how it goes.
You
Yeah.
guys are. Yeah. Thank you.
We don't know if people will come after us or not, but we can kind of take it to the speed.
That's so weird. I'm like, oh, I've been waiting for this the whole time. And now it's here, and I'm like, I don't know.
That was Where We Go to Grieve by Laura Hugo, who we have in studio.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that song? I mean, it's a gorgeous song.
Thank
It's
you.
just, you know,
Thanks.
it's goosebumpy.
Thanks. No, I definitely feel it when I sing it. And it's been cool to, I wrote this probably in 2016 or 2017. And it was me being stuck in a songwriting rut, like I often am. And it was early in when I was exploring ways to combat that and like what kind of exercises work for me to, I don't know, inspire myself or like at least make myself do something for more than 30 minutes at a time. And so I had a keyboard at the time and I just said, okay, I'm going to write a song. I'm going to finish it structurally. Like, let's just have some verses, chorus, bridge. Like, let's just put the pieces together because I'm very critical of myself, like all musicians are. And so I just sat down and I just wrote it. And it kind of just came out like that. And
wow.
I figured one of the first, I've talked about this, yeah, probably repeating myself, but one of the first people I showed said that it sounded kind of like a really beautiful or pretty like temper tantrum. And I was like, I like that because it is a temper tantrum because it's like, God, like life is insane and the things that happen and the way that you react to those things, it just, one thing can just completely change the entire trajectory of your existence. As dramatic as that sounds, it's real and just as dramatic. And so that one was just kind of, it wasn't about anything in particular except for, ouch, like my heart and like where I know that when I cry and when I feel the things and I cry about it, like I don't carry that feeling with me as much. So I'm thinking like, how am I supposed to feel these things when we're taught to push them away or suppress them or, you know, like don't act that way because other people are uncomfortable. Where it's like, okay, so then everyone starts masking and pretending and nothing's real. And what's that? What kind of life is that? So
we see where that's led to in the world, so.
Yeah. So this is just kind of an all-encompassing, like my heart was hurting because I loved somebody who didn't love me back, and my heart was hurting because of loss. My heart was hurting because of fear of the future and like was I ever going to be able to do this music thing, and will anyone ever take me seriously, including myself? So
Right.
that's kind of the gist of that. It's just all the feelings, and I think I yap about most of my songs before I play them, but I think this one, I'm kind of like, this one I wrote on a Tuesday, and it's about whatever you want it to be about, because, you know, but I think I played it that night at open mic, so it's been really good. And it was at JT Veely. He runs the open mic at Sociable, but it was it was at Moto E that I played that, and then he's actually the one who showed me on guitar, like, hey, you could actually, if you played it up here, and showed me a chord or two, that's when I adapted it to guitar, and that's how it sounds now.
Well, and that's what I'm wondering a little bit about, because it tells about kind of that, the transition of that song, that kind of thing, because now it's a full band, and how...
It's been...
Yeah.
I think the most, to me at least, unique thing about this whole experience is that I have played with so many different people over the years, in so many different iterations, and so many different, like, I wouldn't say styles, because it's all been kind of, you know, nothing crazy. I haven't, like, done jazz for 6 years or anything like that, but it's just been, and that in itself has contributed to how the song is formed and what it turned into and what's on the EP, because I wrote this song, I wrote Radio, that's on the EP for the acoustic guitar challenge, and so with that, you get one acoustic guitar passed between maybe 5 or 6 musicians or singer-songwriters, and they have a week to write a song on that guitar, and then you get to like sign it at the end, and then you make a video, and then there was like a showcase, and very cool concept, and JT Veely was curating it that year. I don't know how it works, and I won't pretend, but he asked if I would like to participate, and I was like, absolutely. So I said, I'm in a songwriting rut, so this will push me to, because I have to have a, like, I have to give them something, so if something's going to happen.
As bad as signing up for a 5K.
Exactly.
Oh, damn it, I'm doing it now.
So I said, all right, and I just thought about, you know, I hadn't really written anything mentioning home or about back home, and just started thinking about how confusing it's always felt when you're like, how was your childhood? And then you're kind of like, ultimately fantastic. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Loved my fam, my cousins, my relatives, all the things. But then the hesitation comes from, but at the same time, childhood trauma wasn't happening. You know, like horrifying things were happening and crazy things, and you're a kid trying to like navigate these experiences without experience. You're new, like your brain isn't fully developed. You're like, concepts are new to you, like for the first time in your life, and you're expected to act like an adult, you know? And so anyway, so I started thinking about all that, and then Radio came out, and there's a video, and I wasn't going to mention it, that is online of like the week I wrote it, and I'm like fumbling through it. It's so new, and it's so like raw, and the cadence is a little different. It's the same song, same words, but like I look back at that and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. Because like it's like obviously time changes things and blah blah blah, but like when you really think about it and respect that and like admire that, you're just like, that's wild to listen to how Radio sounds right now, and then go look at that video. And it's just with the people you play with, it's with things you're inspired by. I live in the best place ever to be inspired.
Yes.
So I'm always inspired.
For better or for ill.
Yeah, we're not lacking in inspiration here. So yeah, it's really cool to see how all of these have evolved. And again, I've been playing these songs with most of the people who are on this EP for a couple of years now, consistently live. And we just kind of, I guess, have been building them over time. And so when it came to the studio, you kind of just, you know, everything just kind of made sense. You know, everyone was already on board and had been playing it. So yeah, it's a cool relationship to be like, hi, this is my debut, everything. But I've been around. I'm like, but, you know, I have to respect why I couldn't do it, and life and things that are hard, and trying to take care of yourself as a person and prioritize your mental health and love for yourself and all that. And it's been quite the journey.
Well, and it's not a race.
No, that's...
You know, I mean, that's kind of the thing.
I'm grateful to be in my 30s now, though. Like, I've had a life, quite a lot of experiences. I'm not basing my whole existence on if other people can stand to look at me anymore. You know, things like that.
Yeah.
That are empowering in your 30s, where I'm like, okay, I trust that it took me this long, because that's all I would worry about for so long, was like just hate myself because I wasn't palatable, or hate myself because I was, you know, told to. So getting through all of that, and not saying I'm like the most confident person in the world, but I love myself.
Well, that's good. As you should, because you're awesome. Yeah.
Now I can just chill and do the things that I like, and that's music. Like, write songs and not have to think of it in this weird, structured, made-up way, like most of our country in our lives. Like, it's all, not all of it's real, man. Like, I was, it's all different than I expected, but I'm grateful because now I can just focus on, like, the important parts of it, and not just, like, promo and marketing and popularity and money, and unfortunately that's all necessary. But I'm just taking one day at a time and just keep doing things I love. Well,
and be led by the art of it and the enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
And just
that's where
the community of it. Yeah.
You know, like, the actual, like, experience of it comes from being genuine. It comes from being, like, truthful and honest, you know, and that's why so many people connect. Myself, I connect with some of the most heartbreaking things on the planet, because you're like, that's real. Those are the icky things that not everybody wants to talk about. Those are the things I'll listen to like regulate myself, to like remind myself I'm a person, and that I'm a human, and that this is what art is, and that this is what the point of it is to move people and to feel and talk to each other.
Should we play another song?
Sure.
Okay, which one would you
You know
like?
what? Let's do Call Me. I don't think Call Me has been on the radio.
That's what I was going to say. And after we talked about radio, but I'm like, I know radio's already out there. So, all right.
Yeah,
do you want
to Call Me?
Do you want to tell us about it after or before?
I'll talk about it after.
Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. Call Me by Laura Hugo, who is in studio. I had to decide if I had to do the callers or... I know, I'm looking at this. It might just be the one. We'll see. No, that's...
Again, I'm a yapper.
That's good.
I've tried to keep it to concise yapping, because I've been doing, with the promotion of, like, all of this, Ellen's been helping me, and I have never had that kind of help before, and so I've been able to do, like, things like this, or things at KFAI, but never for, like, please. So I've been doing, like, a lot of interviews, and I'm just like, that makes me feel really cool to say that, but, like, let's keep it together. Let's keep it to the point, Miss ADHD, unmedicated. So it's been really fun.
Yeah.
And I just have to, like,
it's fun to hear stories. No, so I will speak for myself. I have had a week. And then I saw this opportunity, and I was like, "Oh my God, Laura, please, yes, please, 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 don't make me have to think." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's just make it. And it's nice when you know you're gonna have someone to chat with, and sometimes, and even sometimes people I know, I'm like, "Oh, that's gonna be it," you know. I'm like, oh, it's perfect.
Yeah. No, these are good vibes.
Yeah.
Good Sunday vibes.
Yes.
This one has evolved quite a bit.
I was just thinking, wow, this is a...
Yeah, we go there.
I'm doing math in my head. So we have 9 minutes. What we could do, if you want us to play another song, is we could end with a song by Laura.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll chat until,
if there's time.
if you know approximately how. It doesn't really. We don't have to be done at such a time, but but the songs are like 3-4 minutes. Okay. Well,
radio's a little longer too. Yeah.
Well, which one do you want to play?
I like radio. I think that'd be a good one.
Okay,
to go
so that's
out
more
on.
like a 5-minute. Then we'll kind of wrap it up when we.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sorry, my brain is still waking up.
Let's. There was no way I was going to be able to do the math on your age, so. I mean, again, on a cooler day, I might be able to, but no.
No, I'm just, if I don't have to, I've trained my brain to be like, we're just not going to try.
No. This open a little bit. Oh yeah, it'll be. Because the time that I plan for them not showing up is going to be the time they show up.
Yeah.
Like a minute or two is fine, you know. Who doesn't want to be in the roasty toasty studio? It sounds fantastic.
You did such a good job. And like some of the stuff in this builds up, like the way that it opens up, Kai is the one that like inserted some of those chords, and I was like, what? Oh boy, let's do that, please. So it's just, I'm so stoked. I'm proud, and I like them. I like them a lot. I feel really cool. I'm like. I get that. I wrote that. That's cool.
Yeah, this is so you.
Yeah, it is.
You.
It is. It's.
Never in my life.
It's Call Me by Laura Hugo, who we have in studio. The fullness of the sound of that song, and I'm picturing it must have been Midwest Music Fest, or else it was right when you're playing at some coffee shop, and I'm like, oh my gosh, which was great, and I like to see that too, you know. But I'm like, wow, that sound is just a
true example of like how I envisioned it in my like soul kind of vibes. is this EP, and no, these songs have evolved quite a bit, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen them evolve in real time if you've been,
which is amazing,
popping out since the days where. You know, I was playing with an acoustic guitar by myself all the time.
all the time.
And, it's evolved quite a bit. And that song in particular is about a rough time, like all of them, but a time in my life where I thought it was probably better if I wasn't alive. And it just kind of is just maybe my only, like, really angry song right now of just, like, I don't know. I just felt let down, and I felt all of the reasons why I wanted to, like, dip off this planet, and then ultimately realized, like, these are things you can get through? Okay. Like, we're walking around, we're still... Okay. Well, then, hopefully that specifically doesn't happen ever again in my life.
Right. Or
realize, hey, I have mental health issues, and I have to realize that this isn't going away, and this is part of me, so... acknowledging that that's never going to change in that sense. So like, what can we do to like not let ourselves get into certain places or whatever. Ultimately all of these songs, they're about hard things, but I really tried to instill lots of hope in there.
Well, and I think that's such a gift, because I think we need music the most when we're having those hard times.
Yeah, I did.
You know, and
I sure did.
Right, and sometimes you're like, cuckoo kangaroo it is, you know, but you know, and there's a time you're like, and then sometimes you're like, this is what I need, and I just need to feel all the feels, and
sometimes I'll just pop on Britney's first album, because those songs are fire, and like also makes me feel like, it reminds me when I was like excited, it sounds really sad, but like when I was excited about the world before I knew, like, before you knew, but also like, the world is still beautiful, we just have to realize the people who are making it ugly are trying to make all of us make it ugly and trying to ruin all of our good times. So,
that is our rebellion. we're gonna call this the Rebellion album now. This is our rebellion. We're gonna
Feel
show
your
them.
feelings.
We're gonna yes. And I'm cutting this a little short only because we want to hear one more song. But tell folks again where they can see you, especially next week.
Well, tonight I'll be at Irvine Park with my band. We'll have Seth and almost said Seth and Doohan. Seth and Kai and Tyler and myself. And Red Eye Ruby's going to be there. And the other group, I, off the top of my head, can't remember the name of. Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. It's going to be a fun night. And then come to the EP release show at Ice House on Thursday, July 30th. Get your tickets now, mostly so I know you'll be there. And so
mostly so you can get a ticket, because
I'm like gonna walk out and be by myself, and then I'll just quit my music dreams. Just kidding. But if you can make it out Thursday, that would be awesome. It's gonna be a great night. I'm sorry I don't have merch, but I will. But come out, and it's gonna be a great night.
And where can people find you online?
Oh, yes. I have a website that I'm really bad at updating. It's called laurahugo.com. And I just updated it a little bit. All of the shows should be updated. I have some awesome photos taken by Madeline Rowell, who also took the cover photo for the EP. That was a whole fun project. I'll have to post all those pictures. But yeah, come out. It's going to be a great night. Eldest Daughter is opening the night with a 30-minute solo set. We got Jillian Ray with a duo set after. And then we're closing out the night with every single person, minus an incredible person who has some guitar. But like basically the whole band that's on the EP is going to be on stage.
Awesome.
And we'll be playing these songs. I'll play some new stuff and some covers, have some special guests. And yeah, you should come out. It'll be fun.
Awesome. All right, we're going to play radio.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Sorry, we'll just do the call off of work.
Says it's going. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's my fuck up. I pushed the because I was like, no, that's right.
Hey, it's playing.
As we sometimes say, sometimes it happens on the current too. They're getting paid.
Oh yeah. I've had moments where I'm like, is it me?
Yeah.